greatest country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
All right, what's going on, America? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way right now. What in the world is
not
that?
me.
That was me that time. All right, let's
I
go ahead.
I always get the blame.
Let's go ahead and get business out of the way. We need every single one of you to hit that like button right this second. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this. Hit the follow button if this is your first time, and share this far and wide. Let's go ahead and get the chat blowing up right now. The countdown to see if Joe Biden is alive is on the way. Reports. We've got a lot of conflicting reports, honestly, but there is a report out there that he is supposed to appear at 2:30 at the White House. That is the report, but there's also reports that he's canceled 9 events over the next 2 weeks. Nobody knows what's going on. He also canceled his meeting with Netanyahu, who was already mid-flight to the United States. But we'll talk about all this. Is Joe Biden alive? Comment yes or no in the comments section, and let's blow that up. Let's get that going right now. There's so much stuff to talk about and oh so little time. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody that's in the studio today. Ladies and gentlemen, what?
I was like, hold on.
Oh, I thought that was Royce saying, hold on. Well, obviously, that's Alyssa. She is in.
She has to get herself prepared.
All right, not Mexican Cartel T is here.
Is everybody going to have to do that now? Hold on, wait. All right, go ahead. I'm ready to do it.
I'm ready. Here we go.
That's the best intro you've ever done, Tony.
Okay.
All right, producer Royce is here.
Oh, yeah, I knew that one. That's what you turn to.
Hey, Royce,
And, of course, everybody's favorite-
Wait, Graham. People are asking if you have your iPad today.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't have my
already coming in
iPad
hot.
today. Everybody's favorite redneck is here.
I give up. What's up?
I was like throwing in the towel.
Horrible.
Anyway, but let's go ahead and get our sponsors for today's show.
Wait. What about your music?
What?
Yours.
I don't care. What if y'all tell me to wait one more time?
I
in
didn't
this
say
episode?
it once. I didn't say it once.
That is 3 waits.
You
In
have
the
to-
first,
you
how
have to
long
do
of it?
your music.
3 minutes. A wait per minute.
You can't
in
not
this
do.
show.
You can't do everybody else's, but not yours.
But it's my
mean-
show.
True.
Everybody knows that it's my show and that we're here. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's got it.
I give
All
up.
right.
Anyway, dear Lord,
There's a flow. There's a
could
flow
we
to this
be,
thing, man.
could we be any
Spicy.
more off today?
What did
Yeah.
you do to him,
What-
Liz? He's
Only
spicy
good
today.
things.
Lord, I'm irritated. Okay? I'm irritated. Everything about this, ladies and gentlemen, do you realize that America as you've known it is dead? Do you understand this?
Has no leadership. None.
Like nothing that we talk about today is going to change the terrifying fact that the America you know is dead. We're going to talk to you about the Secret Service and the fact that after all the stuff yesterday, it is now cannot be questioned that it was an inside job to try to murder Donald Trump. And then immediately after that didn't work, Joe Biden drops out. Also, we're going to talk about the fact of how in the world does a chick, oh, Lord help me hold it. All right, does a girl who didn't even receive 1% of the vote in 2020 now all of a sudden has, from the campaign to the PAC supporting her, raised over $250 million in 24 hours, over 880,000 new first-time Democrat donors in 24 hours. I don't believe any of it. It's all a lie, every bit of it. Every bit of it's a lie. And where in the world is Joe Biden? We're going to come to this. Even if the dude does show up today, which I'm telling you right now, if this freaking guy don't show up today on the lawn, I'm driving to D.C. today. I don't care. Driving to D.C. today and demanding that Speaker Johnson and the House do something. Where is the President of the United States? Whether you love him or not, which I don't, where is he? Where is the president? How in the world? Somebody put up a stupid, I think it was a Crasserton, because they're mouth-breathing, 5'4" moron.
Stupid.
They put up a picture of Melania Trump, like Melania hadn't been seen in 20 days, and they're like, just posting this just because. Melania Trump It's not the president of the United States, you mouth-breathing losers.
Yeah.
I can't stand you. I know as Christians we're not supposed to hate people, but by
They're
the goodness
pushing
and
it.
Lord,
They're
you are
pushing it.
pushing every last second of it. He's the president of the United States.
What did you put in his coffee today, Elizabeth?
I am angry.
It's
Okay?
all of y'all telling him to wait.
Yeah, don't tell me to wait on my own show 3 times.
There's a float in this.
Trace times. Trace times for Telemundo watching.
Go give him love or something.
You need a hug.
Get out of your chair
Golly.
and go hug the
Here.
man now.
You know,
All right,
from
we
the
got to get into our
Avengers, like, the
sponsors.
sun's getting
We got to
real
get into
low.
our sponsors for today's show.
That's a good one, Royce.
All right,
That's
here
a
we
good
go. First sponsor is MyBookie for all the Christians that are better than everybody else. We've all been there before
my
a weekend
God.
trip to the casino canceled before real life came calling. Well, MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action. Also, get into it. Do you think Joe Biden's alive? I guarantee you can bet on that these days. Take advantage of the weekly jackpot or blackjack tournaments and brand new collection of high-end games for a chance at real cash rewards. Your adventure at MyBookie Casino begins today with a generous sign-up bonus for using the promo code GRAHAM. That's GRAHAM to secure yourself that sweet bonus. And that's not all, because of their revamped loyalty program ensures that you'll be showered with rewards, including free spins, cashback offers, and a host of exclusive VIP perks. Play anytime, anywhere. Go to MyBookie Casino. Promo code Graham gets you that bonus. That's MyBookie Casino, promo code Graham. We also want to thank our sponsors at Silent. We've seen it time and time again. Somebody exposes the truth, just be labeled a conspiracy theorist. Hello, everything that's going on in the news cycle right now, only to be proven right later on. That's pretty much us here at Dear America. That should be our slogan on our t-shirt. Well, let me tell you about the next thing you should be concerned about, and that's the government geo-tracking your phone and other devices. We've seen the government use geofencing to breathe, Graham. We've seen the government use geofencing to track the devices of individuals on January 6th, leading to the unwarranted arrest without evidence of wrongdoing. Stop big tech and government overreach. There's no other option. You have to protect yourself. Silent offers an efficient and easy solution to protect your location and your personal data. Their Faraday products block all incoming and outgoing signals so no one can get their hands on your information. Simply place your device inside, close the sleeve, and that's it. This actually really does work. Me and the family tried this out just to test it out. Go silent today at slnt.com/Graham to save 15% plus free shipping on qualifying orders. Stay ahead of what's coming and secure your privacy today. Again, that's slnt.com/Graham for 15% off and free shipping on qualified orders. That's slnt.com/Graham, slnt.com/Graham. All right, hit that like button. We got stuff to do. We got stuff to talk about. Everybody in here is irritating me. Let's go. Woo!
Wait, me? I'm
I
irritating
do.
you?
I said everybody, all up in here.
and
I have to defend
FYI.
Tony. Tony has done nothing.
And FYI,
Tony,
that
Tony's
silence stuff-
silence is violence in this point, and he chose violence today. So let's go.
Y'all, the chat, we have the best audience, though. Y'all are cracking me up. Someone said dark mode Graham.
I'm telling you, I'm so mad. Y'all don't understand how close I am, man. Sam and Dean Winchester in Supernatural falsifying credit card applications to live off the grid and all this other kind of stuff because our government is corrupt. It's evil. The America you knew is dead. The America you knew is dead. Alex
Ooh,
Jones.
Alex Jones in
Oh,
there.
nice.
I'm in. Let's
People.
go find a
People,
Impala.
listen to me. I had a dream. And God himself revealed the plans of the enemy. He told me that the demons in the Clinton's administration and all the stuff. Okay, that's Alex Jones. All right, either way, that's what he does.
tweaking.
That's what he does. Well,
Steering everyone.
all right, let's jump into it. We got too many people on here. We got too much stuff to talk about. Let's go through this stuff. Todd, you can see that sign. Can we go to full screen so people can see that sign really quick?
This is my mantra for the week. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, well, mine's going to be America is gone. That's going to be my
I don't know.
Interesting.
But talking about silent, I said this earlier. Apparently, they make sleeping bags too, and Joe Biden has one.
Very funny. All right, real quick, just to change it up real fast. This was an interesting thing that came out of Elon Musk yesterday. talking. You've heard Elon talk about the woke mind virus all the time. This is Elon Musk. Everybody wants to know what happened to Elon. Why all of a sudden did Elon become what seems to be conservative? Well, this is him vowing that he would defeat what he calls the woke mind virus. So real quick, here is Elon Musk. Let's play this clip.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide if he did.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I
personal
was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus.
All right,
after that.
pause it. There he is. He vowed to
time out.
destroy the woke mind virus. What, Todd? What?
Time out. Two things here. Two things. Number one. You got three fathers here? No. I can't. There's no way that I could be tricked. Now, I'm a fan of Elon, but there's no way that I could be tricked into allowing my son to turn into a girl. That's just not possible. So you're telling me that not just A, he's a father, B, he's one of the smartest men in the world. Like it's sad.
Yeah,
it's
but
sad.
But I
used
think
to be a Democrat.
I think I think oftentimes the smartest people in the world are also the most able to be shifted on their beliefs and values.
I agree
because
with
they're
that,
constantly like taking in all this other kind of stuff. Anyway, this is just a little off topic. Everybody wants to know why Elon Musk has changed, and you can tell in this interview here, like Elon Musk doesn't normally show emotion. He's brutalized in this video, and you can tell. And so anyway, that's I think that's one of the big tipping blocks or the dominoes that came into play for Elon going down the journey that he's on now. But we got to shift ahead. Not right now. We're going to the Secret Service stuff. All right, there's too much stuff to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Director Cheatle, if you think that Cheatle should resign, no. I don't even think that she should be given the dignity of resigning. If you believe that she should be fired immediately and go down in history as the worst director of the Secret Service in history, comment yes or no in the chat right now. I want to see the chat blow up because this chick right here, I believe, was 100% complicit and probably in on it. And after look at the chat blowing up. After everything that went down, I am even more convinced that the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was an inside job. If you agree with that, comment yes or no. I don't know how after watching it, look at the chat. Look how crazy that is. I don't know how after watching everything we saw, you cannot come to that conclusion yourself. Okay, let's play it. Let's play some of this. I will give it here. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys. I myself am finding it a little weird that we're going to have a clip of AOC here in a minute actually making sense.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
It
The world
feels
is crazy right now.
It feels like we're in the Matrix, and you can
does.
even see moments, as Tony brought up earlier, where she almost is like checking herself, like, am I a conservative right now? Like you can literally
Can I
tell.
say this?
Like there is some crazy stuff, and I got to give it to three congressmen and women from South Carolina. Don't always agree with everything they do. Nancy Mace, William Timmons, Russell Fry. All three of them absolutely lay it down. But I think this is Jim Jordan first, right? Isn't this Jim Jordan?
I think this is just her opening statements.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's hear this poetry. Let's go.
Good morning, Chairman Comer, Ranking Member Reskin, and distinguished members of the committee. My name is Kimberly Cheatle, and I am the Director of the United States Secret Service.
Thanks for clearing
I
that up.
appreciate the opportunity to appear before you today. The assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th is the most significant operational failure of the Secret Service in decades.
So how do you have a job?
And I am keeping him and his family in my thoughts. I would like to offer my sincerest condolences to the family of Corey Comparator, a former fire chief and a hero who was killed in this senseless shooting. I would also like to acknowledge those who were injured in Butler, David Dutch and James Copenhagen, and I wish them a speedy recovery. I would be remiss if I did not also extend my condolences on the passing of your colleague, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Ms. Jackson Lee was always engaged in the oversight of the Secret.
I don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about at all. All right, next, let's get into this here. So who's next? Jim Jordan. All right, this is, I mean, Jim Jordan's always good, but this is fatality is some of this stuff. Mortal Kombat. All right, let's play it. Let's go.
Spokesperson? He said he acknowledged the Secret Service had turned down some requests. I'm asking how many?
A denial of a request does not equal a vulnerability.
Well, tell me what it is.
There are a number of ways that threats and risks can be mitigated with a number of different assets, whether that be through personnel, whether that be through technology or other resources.
Well, tell the committee which it was. They asked for additional help in some form or another. You told them no. How many times did you tell them no, and what did you tell them no to?
Again, I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources.
Spokesperson?
Okay, so that's coming after reports that this chick denied the Trump team's request multiple times for additional support during this event. And they deemed it a non-high threat like scenario or whatever. That's the official
and keep
response.
in mind, I think they only had 3, correct? 3 on the ground, like standing ground, 3 Secret Service. And then Jill Biden had like 10 to 12 speaking in an event like across the country.
Yes.
So it's absolutely insane.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely crazy. So we're going to run through this here. Who do we got next? Who's next?
Right here.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
what is
3
happening?
post station.
Okay,
That's what I thought.
Here we go.
Blacked
All
out
right.
when I see
All right, let's play it. Let's go.
Director Cheatle, as you know, the shooter began shooting at 6:11 p.m. Eastern on July 13th. NBC reported that at 5:51 p.m., 20 minutes before the shooting began, the state police informed the Secret Service of their concern. Now, the rally was not paused at that point, correct?
No.
And according to NBC, just 2 minutes later, at 5:53 p.m., the Secret Service notified its snipers about the gunman. The rally wasn't paused at that point either, correct?
No.
Let me show you some video footage by rally goers. If you could play the video on the screen up here. This was taken 2 minutes before the shooting started. If you could turn up the volume.
Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have
Wow.
right on the roof. It's much tougher than it happens. You went right on the roof again. Up here.
Ma'am, that doesn't look like suspicious behavior. That looks like threatening behavior to me. And the rally wasn't paused at that point either, correct?
I can tell you, as I stated earlier, sir, that the moment that the shift surrounding the president were aware of an actual threat.
That's a threat right there. The guy's on the roof and everybody's yelling at him.
Yes.
And directing the officer's attention to him. The rally was not paused at that point, correct?
We are currently still combing through communications and when communications were passed.
Well, I can point you to this communication. It's 2 minutes before the shots started ringing out. Director Cheatle, yes or no? Was there ever a moment where the Secret Service actually considered pausing the rally?
The Secret Service would have paused the rally had they known or been
So the
told
answer is
there was
no.
an actual threat.
The answer is no.
What?
That is
Was an actual
absolutely
threat.
Pause.
insane.
What do you need as proof of it? The dude's they're literally
On the
screaming.
roof.
He's got a gun. He's climbing to the roof. What are you talking about? Saint Nick has flown down with all 8 reindeer and Rudolph. Never mind. That's not Santa. We don't know. Well, we don't know what that is. What a stupid human being. I mean, what a sorry. They are leading this chick to the slaughter. And what's interesting to me is her just completely and utterly just like, yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, if we would have thought it was bad enough, we would have stopped it. But you just said it. And then her opening statement, it is the most catastrophic failure in Secret Service history. And she's like, if we would have thought that it was bad, we would have stopped it.
Well, she's just the scapegoat. I mean, she's saying what she has to say.
What I think is happening here, though, also with that DEI thing, because I noticed this kind of a behavior in Oregon as well. I spoke to many police officers over there.
I can speak to you.
And they said
in general.
that they were now, because of their the higher ups, the mayors, the governors, or whatnot, they would just be reacting at that point. Even if somebody got there and pulled out a gun, they would not respond to it unless that person actually shot at you. Right. So they are just reacting at that point because of the DEI stuff going on. Yeah. So I think that's what's going on with
it's wild
as well.
I'm sorry, but when Frank, Bob, and Brenda have better footage of the shooter than from their cell phones on the ground than the Secret Service does, you have a major problem. And when what job in America where you have one responsibility, one. Not like we do here. We have several hats. We wear several hats. We have to do several things to keep this podcast going and to keep you guys entertained. Let's be real. These people have one job to do. One goal. Keep that dude alive. One. Keep him from being shot. One. And you fail, you get fired. What job allows you to come back to work and clock in on Monday morning when you fail the one thing you're supposed to do?
It's the same job that hired the 5'2" female to protect the 6 foot president.
It's the same job that hired the doctor that said that Biden's totally fine. All right, all right.
Totally
Let's
fine.
keep going. Next clip. Let's go. We got to run through this stuff. We haven't even got to Biden and Kamala yet. Well, we got to roll. This one I don't care about. Next, this is a Democrat. Democrat says that you need to resign. Nancy Mace throwing it down. We apologize for the cuss word. This is live TV that was yesterday.
Children.
Just here we go. This is real life stuff. Play it.
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of shit today. You're just being completely dishonest.
Mr. Chairman,
completely dishonest.
Mr. Chairman, I want to.
Come on.
We have to maintain decorum in this committee.
Have you provided any and all memos to this committee that we've asked you on July 15th? Have you provided all memorandums within the Secret Service?
I would have to get.
Okay. All right. It's brutal. Guys, yes, there was a glitch. We're fine.
No, we're not. I'm watching the live feed right now. They cannot see any of us or the video if they're on Rumble right now.
It's back now. It's on YouTube.
I'm watching the live feed on Rumble right now.
All right. I'm seeing nothing.
It glitched for a
there
second.
It goes. There it goes. It's back up now.
I'm watching.
Wasn't us, guys. Wasn't us.
Dear Lord, we're working on it. There is something wrong with the live counts. Live counts aren't showing up for some reason. But either way, keep sharing.
Cheatle must have heard us talking about her and shut it down.
Yeah, they're shutting us down.
Yeah. Royce, I would just quit trying to fool with it and let's just roll. And so, because that's probably what happened there while there was a glitch. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we are back. Okay. This is William Timmons letting her have it too. Let's go.
There were additional Secret Service resources available at the former President Trump's event.
Who made the decision to deploy 12 to the First Lady's event and 3 to the Trump event?
The allocation of resources is decided based on the availability of personnel and their location and where they are, but there were sufficient resources
What did you just
that
say?
were given to
Did you just say there were
former
sufficient
presidents.
resources? President Trump
Event
got
that
shot.
day.
Someone got killed. There were not sufficient resources, clearly.
There was
and it
a gap.
doesn't take 27 years of experience to know that. And whoever made that decision, it probably wasn't you, needs to be fired. And then you need to resign because this is absolutely unacceptable. And you've lost the trust of the American people.
There were additional secret.
All right, so there's William Timmons. Let's keep going. We're not done. All right, so here we go. Brace your ear holes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the really long one. Why do we have the long one? We need the one on my page, Royce. Let's go find that because this is 6 minutes. I am not listening to 6 minutes of AOC. I put on my page the one that she made a good point. Okay, not that she made a good point the entire time. Yeah, I would rather get dental surgery than listen to 6 full minutes of this stuff. All right, let me know when you got it, Royce.
This was the one that I think Noah posted.
Okay,
it was the 5-minute. This is from your page. I'm trying to find the other clip.
What the crap? Then find go to my Instagram then, because that's the short clip, and then let's just play it from there.
Let me just...
Because we don't have let's not have this awkward silence. And/or go to another clip while we're waiting. Yeah, so let's go to the next one here. Who is this? This Russell?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Russell while we find the shorter version of this, and let's back it up.
It's only 9 seconds.
No, okay. Well, here you go.
And I echo the bipartisan calls on this committee and all across this country.
Get rid of this crap too. Hey, go to my Instagram. Go to the Instagram. Hey, the Instagram. I don't know what the crap went on here. We got to start checking this stuff. All of us on this thing here. Let's go to my Instagram. The AOC one and the Russell one are on there. The versions that we actually need, because I want people to hear when things actually are said that are intelligent here. But let's talk about this while we wait. I think after everything here, this is an inside job. I think this chick needs to be fired. If you agree with that, comment yes or no in the chat. Here we go. This is what AOC had to say. Just play it. You got to hit volume there.
So the notion of a report coming out in 60 days when the threat environment is so high in the United States, irrespective of party, is not acceptable. And I think it's very important to understand that. This is not theater. This is not about jockeying. This is about the safety of some of the most highly targeted and valued targets internationally and domestically in the United States of America. So the idea that a report will be finalized in 60 days, let alone prior to any actionable decisions that would be made, is simply not acceptable. It has been 10 days since an assassination attempt on a former president of the United States, regardless of party. There need to be answers.
Wow. I mean, and then she also goes on later and says, what was the range? And it was like 150 meters or whatever. And it's like, what's the effective range of an AR-15? 400 to 600. And she was like, so how in the world is the Secret Service perimeter not at least 700 out there? And so, like I said, I cannot believe that we're using the AOC clip as a sound of reason. Yep. But even I have to sit here and go, what in the world just happened right there? I feel like Neo seeing a black cat in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying?
I watched that clip yesterday, and it wasn't until this morning that my jaw came out from off the floor.
I
was like, I cannot believe that
like I said, I can't believe that came out of AOC's mouth. And literally, everybody's like, I'm literally flabbergasted. Right? And the same. But now Russell Fry, here's what Russell Fry had to say. She let her have it too. Play it.
The bipartisan calls on this committee and all across this country that you should resign, or maybe when the president wakes up from his nap, he can fire you. Thank you, Mr.
There it is. There it was. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we found that one. Yeah, where he said that. Good job, Royce, finding that.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, after seeing Nancy Mace and this dude, and I want to run for Congress just so I can say stuff like this.
Dude,
live.
This is why I taught, man, look, the only thing that I don't want to run for Congress, the only reason I do is for like moments like this, selfishly.
Yes.
Because I just have a hard time believing that people could mic drop me in moments
100%.
like this.
I
I get a chance to take like open jabs at people.
100%.
Dude, I would be on
I'd be like, all right, lady.
I'd be on TV daily.
You ain't
Did
lying.
you see what Congressman Allen just said?
Did you
And they would call
hear?
me by my first name. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Did you see what Graham said?" You know, all this stuff.
I
Anyway,
would straight
so-
up just
so-
look at her and be like, "What's your excuse now, Ray Finkel? The laces were in." And
Real
then,
quick before we move on,
Einhorn's a man.
why does she still have her job? Why has she not
dude.
resigned? Why has she not been
Government
fired?
Because
What
the
is going on
elites
here?
have willed it to be so,
right.
right?
Yes.
To say, to be clear, she's gonna quit. Like she
Oh,
will
yeah.
quit. Like
I
Ian,
don't
she's
think
gonna
so,
quit.
man. I don't
think when
so.
both parties are united behind her to quit, she's gonna stop. But they're using
Yeah,
her as a
but
scapegoat.
if it was an inside job and she knows stuff that other people don't know, maybe they want to keep her in there because she knows that
well,
stuff.
hope she's not around Hillary Clinton anytime soon.
Because Tony, the only people that are allowed to be that wrong and come to work on Monday are politicians and weathermen. That's it.
Right.
And mainstream news.
And
Yeah.
mainstream
All
There
right,
you go.
all right. This is the point. We got to get into the stuff that everybody really wants to talk about here. One, again, if you believe this chick should not even be given the dignity to resign, but she should be fired in disgrace. Comment yes or no in the chat. Let's blow that up. And then also, do you believe that Joe Biden is alive? Comment yes or no. Now, as we move forward here, there's going to be a lot of speculation in this next segment. I want to be very, very, very clear. I can neither confirm nor deny if Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, is alive or dead, in a coma or asleep, had a stroke, didn't have a stroke, has COVID or Parkinson's. We can't confirm or deny any of it. And that is the problem. So before we go down this at all, I want to be very clear. The fact that all of these conversations are happening, and the only thing that we got yesterday, here's what scares me the most. And again, maybe he shows up walking at 2:30 today, but even then, I'm not going to believe it. Okay, because now we have dedicated proof that Joe Biden had a medical emergency. Now we've got local PD and everything confirming that something happened when they said it didn't. And then the way that they tried to confirm it to everybody that it didn't was they showed that clip of him landing in Delaware, walking down the big stairs. And even we said, that's weird. He hasn't used the big stairs in a long time. That means that the media used an old clip and claimed it as new. Therefore, who knew? When did they know it? The president obviously is unfit for duty. And the fact that we're even having to ask the question, is the dude even alive in the first place? That should terrify you as Americans. When in history, besides maybe FDR, that was like, didn't want people to know that he, you know what I mean? That, what did he have? FDR? They was in the wheelchair. Polio. He didn't want the world to know, so they like hid it as much as possible.
Well,
like,
they kept him on the radio.
well,
they kept
right,
him on the radio.
exactly. Which Joe Biden, Lauren Boebert calls. You got till 5 p.m. to show you're alive, buddy. He called in.
Well,
and we're going to talk about all that
did
stuff.
he?
But this is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button, because we are fixing to get into it right now. Royce, what do we have first? Is it Mario? We got
Yes,
first
it
here?
is Mario.
All right,
About
so
the
here we
trips.
go. All right, Mario posted this. Biden cancels 9 trips. And so we have so many conflicting reports right now. So, and he's not the only one. New York Post is reporting this as well, that Biden has canceled 9 trips and is extending his Delaware stay.
Blank stare in Delaware.
His Delaware stare. All right. Anyway, Biden has canceled 9 scheduled trips for the next 2 weeks following his withdrawal from the 2024 presidential race. A White House source revealed that Biden's planned West Coast tour, including stops in California, Denver, Houston, and Austin, have been called off. Biden extended his stay in whatever, Rehoboth, Delaware, whatever. Until Wednesday. Houston Mayor John Whitmer confirmed a canceled Biden planned visit for Thursday. A tentative meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu on Tuesday is not happening. In fact, they canceled while he was in the air. Headed here. Biden's next scheduled trip is July 31st with Vice President Kamala Harris. in an undisclosed location. It'll be from a bunker. President hasn't been seen publicly since his COVID-19 diagnosis on Wednesday, though his physician states that he is fine. All right, and I even screenshot that yesterday, just in case they try to get rid of it here. Biden's physician says he's fine. And we're getting this report that he canceled all these trips. We know for a fact that he canceled his meeting with Netanyahu yesterday. But now which was supposed to happen, I think it was supposed to happen today.
Yeah.
But now they're saying that he's supposed to show back up at the White House at 2:30 today. So the countdown is on to find out what's going to happen. But we want to walk you through some things. Now, I'll give Laura Loomer some credit. Charlie's getting all the credit for this. Laura Loomer broke this when it happened. She's losing her freaking mind that Charlie's getting credit over her. But here I am. Laura Loomer reported it first, and she got skull dragged for this. Okay, but Charlie now is talking about, got a weird lead on a story that people should look into. I got a call from a source close to the Las Vegas metro. The official story was that Joe Biden's trip was actually cut short last week due to COVID. However, according to this source, U.S. Secret Service informed LV Metro that there was an emergency situation involving Joe Biden and to close necessary streets so that POTUS could be transported immediately to the University Medical, which they began to do in earnest. Then mysteriously, there was a stand-down order, and the United States Secret Service informed local Vegas PD that they were going to medevac POTUS to Johns Hopkins, which they presume meant fly him back east ASAP. Now, some of the FAA reports have reported that Air Force One was booking it. I'm talking very turbulent flight.
Open.
They were going as fast as you can go on an airplane. Okay. Now, FAA reports have confirmed this. Okay. Apparently, the rumor mill in the police department was that Joe Biden was dying or possibly already dead. Charlie goes on to say, I don't normally think too much about this. However, it seems too wild to be true. But given that Joe Biden has been out of public sight for days and dropped out of the race via an X post, again, I don't think we are giving enough importance to the fact that the president of the United States getting out of the race was first published on a non-letterhead, not his signature social media post. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's keep going.
Part 2.
All right, so this is part 2. Update. Charlie says that he received multiple emails like this one confirming many elements of the story. Many have confirmed that a call went out to block streets to get Biden to University Medical Trauma Center ASAP, and then the plan abruptly changed, and they got him out on Air Force One very quickly. I have not confirmed the IDs of these people, but there are an overwhelming number of stories corroborating essentially the same account that I felt comfortable sharing. I have people diving deeper into this now. Let's see. This is an email from somebody. Can we read that at all? Charlie. There we go. Charlie, your info is solid. I retired from Las Vegas Metro and it's blocked out. My source texted me this just now. Quote, we're making plans to go into UMC trauma first. Called in the box squads to come help shut down the route. Then it changed to taking him to the airport. He was on the plane fast and took off faster than I've ever seen Air Force One leave the airport. All right, so let's go next. Let's see what else we got here. Let's keep reading. Part 3. All right. Can we make it a little larger, please? People have sent me a post from Emily Gooden, senior White House correspondent for the Daily Mail from July 17th. She documented that the flight time from Vegas to Dover was 3 hours and 48 minutes. That's extremely fast. And that Air Force One flew so fast the plane shook. This seems to confirm reports of how urgently Air Force One took off out of Vegas. The questions now are, did Joe Biden have a serious medical event in Vegas that has been covered up? Did the medical event contribute to his decision to pull out of the race? How precarious is Joe Biden's current health conditions? The questions just seem to keep rising, but let's keep talking about it. What's next here? Is it Tucker?
Yep.
Next. Tucker. All right. So even Tucker's talking about it. Now, remember, there's a point where it goes from conjecture and rumors, and then when respected people start talking about it, you have to start paying a little bit more attention. Here's what Tucker Carlson has to say.
This is from Charlie Kirk. I'm reading this cold. I got a weird lead on a story people ought to look into. I got a call from a source
Let's
close
skip
to
a
Las
little bit.
Vegas
This is him
Metro
just reading
Police.
what we just read.
The official story Metro that there was an emergency which they began was
Right
that Joe
there.
Biden was dying or already dead, possibly. I didn't think too much about this lead. It seemed too wild to be true. But given that Joe Biden has been out of public sight for days and dropped out of the race via an X post, and his brother James indicated health was a factor, I'm beginning to grow more curious if COVID or something else has been more serious than reported. If anyone with Las Vegas Metro has information, please email freedom@charliekirk.com. I want to hear if there's more to the official story than what they're telling us.
Well, I'm sure Las Vegas Metro would be just as open as forthcoming as they were during the during the October shooting.
Yeah,
in
the
2017.
worst mass shooting in American history,
which is never spoken of again.
They tried to drive me out of a camera position while I was doing a story on it. Yeah. Clearly, there's something
known for being open and forthcoming.
Yeah, like the city itself. Clearly, something is going on here. Obviously, I don't know what it is. I know its hallmark, which is secrecy. Secrecy is the hallmark of lying. So, if you want to know is someone lying, well, I don't know. Is he hiding something? Well, then he's lying, right? So they're lying.
Pause. And that part I agree. So as we continue to go a little further here, I think it's unquestionable at this point, something is going on beyond what has been said, right? Like, I mean, just like the end. Something is going on. What do we have next? What's up next?
The phone call.
Okay. So what else is interesting is that the only people that seem to really be worried about this and bringing this up are Republicans. No Democrats at all have said, we hadn't seen Joe Biden in almost a week. And I see, like I said, the freaking Crassertons and all these stupid moronic people posting, a CNN article of Melania Trump hasn't been seen in 20 days. And they're like, just posting this just because. Well, Melania Trump's not the president of the United States. So if she disappears for a month because she doesn't want to be ridiculed by you people, that's one thing. She's not the president of the United States. To be blunt, it doesn't matter what shape the president of the United States is in. He or she, maybe eventually, hopefully not with this current she, but either way, they don't get the benefit of being, I don't feel well. I'll talk to you guys when I get around to it. That goes out the door. The second you put your hand on the Bible and like, I do, I'm going to be the president. You don't get to do that. All right. So that's what's not normal about this stuff. You don't get to do those things. So Lauren Boebert was leading the charge and basically saying, hey, bro, you don't give us proof of life by 5 o'clock. We're breaking the doors down. And this is their proof of life. Now, I am not saying that this is AI generated, but I am also saying that this is the most peculiar exchange. One, why didn't the president Zoom call in to his own HQ? This was Biden's HQ 48 hours ago. And how quickly all the Kamala signs are up. Okay?
It's as if they already had it ready.
Correct. And I bet it's been that way for 2 weeks. Either way. Listen to how clear the audio is. Okay, now, this is, to put it bluntly, this is supposed to be news footage, like news camera footage of them talking to their staff inside the HQ. The call is supposed to be being broadcasted through speakers inside the HQ. Listen to how clear the audio is in this clip. Play it.
I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing. Help me get this nomination. Help me win the nomination.
Sorry.
And then go on to win the presidency. But you're an amazing team, but we've got a great, I think we made the right decision. I know
That's Frank.
That's real clear, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it sounds pre-recorded. It just really does. And her reaction during this is really weird as well. Which one is this one? Is this the same clip?
No, it's not.
Okay, let's
danger
play.
to the community.
All right. Let's play this one again as well, and just let's keep listening here.
And by the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be out there in the campaign with her, with Kamala. I'm going to be working like hell, both as a sitting president, getting legislation passed, as well as in campaigning. You know, what we still need to save this democracy. And Trump is still a danger to the community. He's a danger to the nation. And by the way,
Listen, okay, all right. So what was weird on that? The very beginning when they're clapping, he doesn't acknowledge the clapping
At all.
Like it just keeps talking. It's not like that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks you guys. But seriously, Trump is a threat to the democracy. Play it one more
again?
time.
Yeah.
Play it the very beginning.
and by the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be out there in the campaign with her, with Kamala. I'm going to be working like.
That's weird. Like that's a weird interaction, right? I mean, and
It's very weird.
maybe I am reading too much into this, but that's weird. And I know that Joe Biden is not normal and he's a dementia patient, Graham, and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, still to the point. Something is going on. That's not a normal interaction.
If
Now,
anything, once you heard, it's like us talking here. We know when to be quiet because I can hear Graham or Tony or Alyssa or Royce or whatever. There should at least been, as soon as this started, there should have at least been a pause.
correct. All right, now
at the very least.
And I believe this is Kamala next. All right, this is the one that got everybody going, what? It literally sounds like, Joe, I know you're still on the phone call. She almost says, most obviously, the recording. So let's hit the play button.
So good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
On the call.
Today. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And everybody here does.
Wow.
All right, look right there. So the feeling's mutual. So that's
her being president though.
No.
That's interesting.
That's
But
awful.
people
About
are
to be.
also using this clip twice. So they're using it as she was trying to say recording, and then people were like, oh, well, the second Trump said the feeling's mutual, that means it was really him. So I found this really interesting thing on YouTube, and I just thought it was amazing. So I shared it with the group, and we're going to play it on here. Okay.
we are.
And it's AI. All right. Now, this is a guy in his basement doing this. Now, I'm a rock and roll guy. Many of you know Linkin Park, and maybe you know a band called Evanescence. They have a song called Bring Me to Life. It has a girl singer named Amy Lee. This YouTube video, I hope we don't have ads on it. This YouTube video is Chester Bennington singing Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. The caveat is to that, for those of you who aren't rock people, Chester Bennington has been dead for 7 years.
Yeah.
Play the video. Just listen. All right, so this is Evanescence. This is what it sounds like. This is how it starts. And normally, Amy Lee's voice is going to be here, but
How can you see into my eyes?
that's Chester Bennington's voice.
That's so
Chester Bennington's
creepy.
voice. Just wait. Wait, we're going to let it go a second because I want you to hear the chorus too. This is a dude in his basement that made this. Okay, here we go. Just hang on. Are you kidding me? Now listen right here. Listen.
That's scary.
That is Chester Bennington's voice. Pause. Huh?
Someone's asking what's the point.
The point is that you can fake anyone's voice.
That's the point.
What'd you say earlier?
D-U-M-M-Y. Like, you know.
Yeah, what'd you
Graham
tell
was
me
making fun
earlier?
of me saying I wouldn't know that song. I do know that song.
Okay, all right.
I know that song too. I don't know the artist though, or I don't know who Chester
He sounds
Bennington
just
is
like
either.
him. That's the
Chester
point.
Bennington is the lead singer for Linkin Park.
Like him.
I don't listen to Linkin Park, so I don't know.
Okay, well, that's why I introed it that way, because Tony doesn't know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
sorry, I listen to
I don't
Spanish
know the artist
music.
either. I just know the song.
All right, so the point of playing that is to show you that I don't believe it. Like, I just, and I hate that our country has put me in this situation to where I have to be that guy, okay? That I have to be the guy that's like, I don't believe it. A phone call? Everybody's questioning whether or not you're dead, bro. And it's a phone call? Not a ha, these stupid conspiracy theorists. I'm right here. Like, literally, look, here's a newspaper with the date on it. Like, I'm here.
Yeah,
These people
for
are
real.
crazy.
I mean, dude, the technology, you can Zoom, you can FaceTime, you can Skype. I mean, you can literally do
don't
anything.
believe any of it. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. I can't believe somebody said, what's the point that I'm trying to make? Are you kidding me? Like, what do you mean, what's the point? I don't know how I could have been any more clear of what the point was right there. Either way, but this also is interesting things that have been going on. Turns out that Joe Biden has been handing off presidential powers to secretaries of state and the Treasury. All right, let's click on the memorandum. Oh, Lord, let's make that bigger. I don't like this new update of Twitter for sure. All right, so this is basically delegation of certain functions and authorities under the Rebuilding Economic Prosperity and Opportunity for Ukrainians Act given to the Secretary of Treasury. What else do we have? The Secretary of State gets something down in one of the other pages here. Keep going. Go.
Right there. I hereby delegate the Secretary of State
Treasury is authorized and directed to publish this memorandum in the Federal Register. Joseph R. Biden Jr. You know, when was the date on this? Does it have a date on it?
It should. It's a memorandum.
July 22nd.
July 22nd, 2024. Okay, so that was what?
Yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah,
yesterday.
So yesterday. So Biden's fine, and he's going to be doing all the jobs and responsibilities of the president of the United States.
Except for those.
He's starting to delegate things here. All right, next. What do we got next? All right, so reporters at Red State have also confirmed this story. Oh, so this is more confirmation of the story. Mm-hmm. An additional source, not a medical person in a position to know, tells me that Biden had stroke-like symptoms, but did not elaborate as to what those were. But when the doc traveling with Biden determined it wasn't a full stroke, they could treat on Air Force One en route to Andrews, the motorcade diverted to the airport. So here's the thing. Now we're learning that at minimum, it seems like the president had a mini stroke, I guess. But according to all the news reports and according to the doctor, oh, he's fine. He's fine. Let's go. Next one. Well, what's next on here? All right, this is even more. Several of the officers we spoke to said this was indeed being reported and acted upon as a full-blown medical emergency, insisting that a simple positive COVID-19 test would not have warranted such a drastic, massive response. Okay, so can we all just agree, comment yes or no in the chat, something is going on more than what they're telling us? I know that's kind of like a duh statement, but comment in the chat yes or no if you agree with that. Something is off here. Something feels, and maybe it's just me, something feels very, very wrong. Something feels very nefarious, if I may bring that word back. Something feels dark in this moment. Like something feels wrong. Let's go next. Well, what do we have next on here?
We have Loomer.
Okay, so this is Laura Loomer. Again, now this is an extreme thing from Laura Loomer, but she's also the one that broke the story about the medical emergency and everybody drug her for it. So she's reporting that Joe Biden is dying and final preparations are being made for him. He was supposed to leave Delaware today, but his health has deteriorated. Due to this accelerated decline, Joe Biden has canceled 9 trips that were scheduled for the next 2 weeks. Biden is expected to leave his beach home Tuesday afternoon and arrive back at the White House at 2:30 p.m., although that could be changed to Wednesday, July 24th. It all depends on how much he continues to decline. Biden has been dying and is dying rather quickly. This is why Kamala flew to Delaware today and why Biden's White House Chief of Staff, Jeff Zients, called for an emergency meeting that did happen yesterday and call with all the White House staff today. The medical emergency Joe Biden had on July 5th, 2024 on Air Force One that I exclusively reported almost killed him. His time left is limited. Now, if you remember the quote from Biden's brother yesterday, I will accept him for what time he has left. That's a very interesting quote. But let's continue on. Is this the montage? Yes. And this is why I think no matter what, even if the dude shows up today, something is wrong. Okay? And this is a brief reminder of all the times they said how vibrant, full of vigor, and amazing Joe Biden was. And this is why you need to hit that like button and share it right now. Play it.
I'm ready if necessary, but it's not going to be necessary. We have a very bold and vibrant president in Joe Biden. And in Joe Biden, we have one of the boldest and strongest American presidents we have had.
Are you prepared to be commander-in-chief?
Yes, I am.
Oh, God.
If necessary. But Joe Biden is going to be fine, and we're not going to engage in that hypothetical because Joe Biden is very much alive and running for re-election. Not only is he absolutely authoritative in rooms around the globe, but in the Oval Office, meeting with members of Congress, meeting with leaders in industry. He is extraordinarily smart. He has the ability to see around the corner in terms of what might be the challenges we face as a nation or globally.
Do you think in your role that you're in a position to do that?
Of course, if necessary, but there's no need for that. We have a president in Joe Biden who is forward-thinking. This is someone who is tireless in terms of working on behalf of the American people. The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts. God, our president is in good shape, in good health, and is ready to lead in our second term.
Evil witch, demonic, evil liar. When did they know? Which has been the whole time. Okay, so let's be honest. We know they've known the entire time. Can we put it on the four of us or the five of us here really quick?
The whole
I
time.
know that they've known this the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
But how can Kamala Harris not be brought before Congress to this? She claims that she talks to Joe every day and that she's been the closest person to Joe the entire time.
So smart. He's
How
doing so good.
could she not have known that Joe Biden was in decline? How?
It's
How?
not possible.
How? Comment in the chat. Should Kamala Harris be put in jail for this?
Yeah.
Should the mainstream media be put in jail for covering this up?
Along
yes
with
or no?
Jill, Hunter, the
Jill
doctors,
needs to go to jail for
staffers,
elder abuse.
all of them.
I'm not saying the man's dead. I'm saying what cannot be argued is that something horrifically wrong, possibly and probably terminally wrong, is going on with Joe Biden, and it has been for quite a while. So therefore, A, who knew it? When did they know it? Why did they not tell anybody? B, who in the world is running the country right now? Who? Because Kamala Harris is not the president of the United States. They haven't invoked the 25th Amendment. So therefore, all the powers and authorities of the president of the United States are underneath Joe Biden. Who's running the country right now?
You want to, I'm going to throw my conspiracy rock in the pond right now and just riddle me this. So if a president has to have surgery, if he has to be put under, for shoulder surgery.
The powers are transferred until he is ready to go again.
That hasn't happened.
No, nothing has
hasn't happened.
Because they're claiming that he's fine and that nothing's going on. So there you go. Very good point, Todd. If a president, because you're right, because that has happened before, that a president has had to have a minor little surgery procedure, so therefore they have to go through the process of transferring the powers to the vice president, until, and oftentimes it's very quick. Like within 12
that literally happened during Joe Biden's presidency.
Yes.
It literally happened.
Yeah. So why isn't it happening now? Why isn't it happening now?
Well, do you think it would be because that would be our best case scenario for people to see that Kamala can't run the country?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Alyssa.
That's best case for us.
Is if they're not, if he is in a medical emergency right now, which we all know he is. Okay, look, I've said this a million times on the show. Grandfather died of Parkinson's. One of the things with Parkinson's as it progresses is mini strokes.
Right.
That is one of the things with it's mini strokes. But my thing is, is if they're propping her up to be the presidential candidate and he's under a medical emergency right now, why are they not transferring authority to her if she's going to be the nominee?
So I said this yesterday on the chat that whoever hasn't seen the movie Dave, and somebody just brought up that same thing on the chat, the movie Dave. The movie Dave is a comedy about the president having a stroke and they bring in an actor to, you know, take over his duties or whatnot. But that movie was based on Woodrow Wilson when he had a stroke in 1919, and he was incapacitated. He couldn't make any decisions or whatnot, and his wife was actually the one making all the executive branch decisions or whatnot. So it's not far-fetched that the Democrats have not done it before. He was Woodrow Wilson was the Democrat, so they might be taking a page out of what happened to Woodrow Wilson.
I agree with you, but the countdown is on. Does Joe Biden show his face at 2:30 today?
Oh, yeah, he's going to show it, but it's going to look like this.
That will be the question. No, but here's my thing.
Or his stunt double.
What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? It's like, hey, we were going to do it, but, the president needs one more day, blah, 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 blah.
Well, if he doesn't, Graham, just let me know what time we're leaving.
I'm telling you, I will be on a flight to D.C. this afternoon. I'm not even joking. I'm serious. Alyssa's like, we have stuff to do today. I'm telling you, this is serious.
I'll go with you.
This is serious. Okay, but let's get into Kamala here real quick. All right, talking about a coup and how all this stuff is going on.
The 25th Amendment stuff happening.
Yeah, so Eric Schmidt has put that the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. I do not believe. I think that the betting odds are like almost zero that Joe Biden finishes out his term as president, which means that President Trump is going to have to liquidate all his 47 things, because then Kamala would become the 47th, and then technically Trump would become the 48th at that point. So maybe we'll see what happens. All I know is that it should, even if Joe Biden is like not dying, but he's not well enough to run, then he shouldn't be well enough to serve as the president right now. But let's get into Kamala. You want to talk about a coup? Let's talk about everything that's going on. First and foremost, do you remember how everybody told me that I was being crude and a conspiracy theorist when I was like, oh no, she was in a throuple with Montel Williams?
That wasn't conspiracy. That's proven fact.
No, everybody always gave me crap all the time. Yes, Graham, blah, 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 blah. First of all, don't worry, Kamala's got the thruple vote, and Montel Williams has endorsed, I love how they say former flame, but look, they cut out the other girl, and they didn't cut it out great. That this is a New York Post article, and you can see the other person right there. This is how Kamala Harris got her start. She was in a three-way with Montel Williams. This is true. Look, there you go. There you go. There's the real thing right here. This is the first known video of Kamala Harris in the public eye.
Before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001, former talk show host Montel Williams.
That's crazy.
Back then,
it's like a Tupac video, man. Like, come on.
Listen.
Paparazzi.
Listen.
Corrupt.
All right. See, Montel Williams introduced her to the world. Okay. All right. But let's keep going. Because Graham's crazy, right? I'm crazy. I'm nuts. All right. I don't care about that. Let's move on. No, move on. I want to get to the numbers here. We don't need funny.
There you go.
All right. Here we go. All right. So here's what's not making sense to me. All right. Polls are starting to come out already. Trump leads Harris in swing states, 47-36 in Georgia, 46. He is up by almost 7 points in Pennsylvania. He's up by 10 points in Nevada. He's up by, let's call it 6.1 in Arizona. These are devastating poll numbers to Kamala Harris. Next, we've got some more, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
On a national level,
boom,
Trump has an 11-point lead of winning the presidency against Kamala Harris. An 11-point lead. Okay? But let's keep going. This is what doesn't make sense here. All right? This is what doesn't make sense. All right. Grant Cardone says it like this. So who exactly donated? Because they're reporting that Kamala Harris's campaign plus the PAC is raised like $250-something million. So Grant Cardone put it best. So who exactly donated $81 million in 24 hours for the same nominee that never broke 1% in the polls when she was running? Also, it's being reported that over 800,000 new first-time Democrat donors are donating within 24 hours. to the cackle hyena chief herself. I don't believe it for 1 second. All right, but let's keep going. She's also now locked up all the delegates needed to be the presumptive nominee. This is 10 days apart from the New York Times, same articles. Okay, let's zoom in here. All right, 10 days apart. Let's look at the left one. I need you to go, there we go. For years, far-right commentators have floated a conspiracy theory that Democratic Party elites were secretly plotting to replace President Biden on the ticket. Now those conspiracists are using the moment to lend credibility to their work. That was 10 days ago. Yesterday.
Wouldn't it be conspirators?
Yes. Many elected Democrats announced their support for Vice President Kamala Harris to lead the Democratic ticket in the hours after President Biden stepped out of the race on Sunday. And it says, see who did. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, something is gravely, gravely wrong. Something is wrong. Okay? The fact that she was able to get all the delegates needed to be the presumptive nominee so quickly, something is wrong. What do we have next? Is this it on Kamala? Because then I'm going to break all the stuff down. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here's what I think. Okay. Here's what I think. Go back to the thing of her and Trump, how Trump's up 11 points on her. Okay. Here's what don't make sense. Everybody's like, oh, Graham, you were wrong. Kamala Harris. Look, first of all, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it when it's time. It ain't August 7th yet, people. That's might as well be 2 years. All right, we got 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. All right, what did I say yesterday? I said Kamala's got a week. Kamala's got a week to show that she can tip these numbers somehow, some way. And if not, the super delegates are going to come into play at the DNC vote. That's what I said. All right. So I'm not backing off of it until I actually see it. Until the headlines read, DNC formally nominates and Kamala Harris accepts the DNC nomination to run for president. This is a devastating poll number right here. She's polling worse than Joe Biden. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, there was another article yesterday that had 10 separate polls, 7 of which Donald Trump was up by 6 points or higher. 3 of which, 2 Kamala Harris won and 1 that was a straight toss-up. So 70% of the polls, Donald Trump's winning by at least 6 points. These are devastating numbers. Okay? So it doesn't make sense to me. All right? It does not make sense that Kamala Harris is the nominee. So what could it be? What could the reasons be? 1, she's got a week. Like I said, she's got a week to show that she can tip. Todd's like, I don't know. All right. So she's got a week to show that she can change the polls. And if she shows progress, maybe so. If she doesn't, I still think the super delegates are going to outdo her at the DNC convention or the vote. What, Todd?
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you because every time I do, I'm wrong. All right.
Well, then stop.
So, and I just got to ask this question to the whole group here and everybody in the chat. Are the Democratic voters just really that stupid? Because yes. if I'm a voter, all right, if I'm a voter and I'm watching this, I'm going, they have no idea what they're doing.
Let me help you, Todd, and I'm not going to say who, but...
they literally have no idea what they're doing.
Listen, this is someone I used to work with, and this just gives y'all perspective on truly what people are thinking. My sister, my nieces light up with the excitement about the possibility of Vice President Kamala Harris assuming the top of the ticket, and women and young ladies all over the world realizing that America is the land of possibility, equity, diversity, equality, and harmony. It causes us to be hopeful that love over hate, equality over profiling, and liberty.
Okay, time out.
I wasn't going to give it away, but that profiling comment, this was an African-American that wrote this. Just
what, FYI.
But I'm saying that's how they're painting it. They're going to rebrand her. And they're going, I think it might be her. I'm a little in a disagreement with Graham, which is fine. I think it might be, but they will do what they do.
I said it might be. I said she's got a week.
But you got to remember, just like Biden, there are people running this. It's not them. It's the deep state and everyone else. And they'll get the women. I mean, they'll get
I have no problems with I really don't. I have no problems with the woman being president. I don't.
Do.
I know it's going to happen eventually, but I mean, really? Hot to a Harris? That's where we're going?
Well, I mean.
Wow. I mean, that's where we're going.
If there's any woman who comes as presidency, but that's a whole other thing. I don't want her to be the one who's gonna forefront the women for presidency, not her.
I was gonna ask a question, and
Talk
it
about being
completely
a
went
public
over my
servant.
head there, Todd, because with that comment there, man.
I'm passing over that comment, and we're not talking about it.
You totally just.
Sorry.
All right.
Just came
So,
out.
so what could it be? All right. So one, I truly believe she's got a week. She's got a week to show that these polls are improving, or the super delegates are going to take her out at the DNC, which leads the way to Michelle or Hillary. Still there. I have not moved off that perch yet. The end. Everyone's like, oh, these delegates are behind him. 48 hours ago, Joe Biden had 3,000 delegates. Okay, don't even start with me. All right?
Yeah, and 81 million votes. Don't forget that.
Do we know what her ethnicity is? Because I've seen a few prominent black people come out saying that she's not black.
She's half Jamaican.
She's not fully.
She's half Jamaican, half
Well, I
Indian.
mean, she's what?
Not. Never mind. Half Jamaican, half Indian. Like the country of India.
Yeah. So, but because it's better than anyway. Okay. So what could be the point? And we're going to end on this. The point is either A, what I just said, she's got a week to change the polls, or the super delegates are going to take her out for somebody else. If the numbers of fundraising are true, like I told you guys, you really think that big names can't raise money really quick? Because they got a 90-day race. That's it. They got a 90-day race. If Michelle Obama jumps in the race, she'll raise $500 million in 24 hours.
That.
Easy.
It'll be the greatest haul ever created if Michelle Obama. Okay, but let's just say that none of that's true. Let's say Kamala Harris is the pick. Then the only play is Democrats have completely conceded the race for presidency. Because there is no way, there is no path to victory for Kamala Harris to beat Donald Trump. None. The only thing, and I don't see it, but the only thing can be two things. One, they believe that she can make it competitive enough to rig it, or two, they believe she can make it competitive enough to try to get the House or the Senate seats. One of the two. Because if they can get one of the two, they mess up Donald Trump's final 4 years in the Oval Office. That's the only thing that I can piece together here, because the polling doesn't show Kamala is the one to take out Donald Trump. The polling doesn't show it. And these are not right-leaning polls.
Yeah,
these are.
But your theory is, they might do it so that way they can get close enough or whatever, right?
I don't.
They can, it doesn't look close enough.
I don't think Kamala gets them close enough to rig.
This is for president. The other polls that show how the ticket influences the other races, I don't know. What I'm saying is maybe they're looking at those, because what we're seeing is presidential polling numbers. We're not seeing Senate and House seat numbers that are influenced by who's at the top of the ticket for their party. That's what I'm saying. So that can be the only thing that I can think of as to why this makes any kind of sense at all for it to be Kamala, which I'm being told that I'm racist for saying it that way because it's Kamala and not Kamala, which I think Kamala sounds so much dumber than Kamala.
Well, I mean, it's a smart play if the Democrats come out and they show unity and they've thrown in the towel with the presidency because Trump's crushing her. But if they can get unity in the congressional seats and whatnot and the Senate and whatnot, then yeah, I mean, it's a smart play on their part to do what they're doing.
And the biggest answer is I don't know. Right this second, just like Todd said. I mean, at this point, we told you before we started talking about this, is a lot of opinions here, a lot of what ifs. We will see if Joe Biden shows up today. I mean, I'm literally going to be glued to the TV like around 2:30. Like, I want to know. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, if it's some video of him alone in what looks like a studio setting with a bunch of jump edits
like
and
this,
cuts,
hello, my fellow Americans.
No, I'm telling you right now, he better be in the freaking room with Kamala Harris right next to him.
In a newspaper.
I'm telling you, because, and it upsets me that our government has put me in that position, but that's where I'm at. I don't believe any of this stuff anymore.
No, I think Joe's going to show up, but it's going to be which Joe's going to show up. He's
got
body doubles.
He'll have a hat on.
That's what I'm saying.
Walking out of the of Marine One or
what
whatever.
If we just see them walk in a casket? Joe's here. Joe, he made it.
Wow, Royce.
Anyway,
Way to be morbid, Royce.
I think that's the end of the show
Good job,
today.
though. That was
We're gonna
nice,
get
buddy.
in. We're gonna get in. That
Well
was
done.
very nice.
I'm
We're gonna
rubbing
get
off on
into super questions, but I want to thank everybody. The numbers were messed up showing on the screen today, but I was tracking about 17,000 people across all platforms watching. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. The numbers on the show are remaining steady and growing.
You guys are
It's
awesome.
amazing. But this is where I remind you to hit that like button, hit that follow button, and please go back and comment in the comment section. What do you think about all this craziness? And tomorrow, it's going to be very interesting to see what we have to talk about tomorrow, because I'm telling you right now, if Joe Biden don't show his butt today, I no longer care about any of it. The government, I already know that America as we know it is gone, but if he don't show up today, you are fixing to unleash Dark Graham or whatever it is, because I'm fixing to go
We're
to
just
a
gonna
level
have to get like
that
a
no one has
Boys,
ever seen before.
We just need to have a cardboard cutout of Graham, put him in the chair, and have a scream button.
I just, oh man,
Just leave
and
it at
Rumble
that.
audience, you guys
The
are
whole
throwing
show.
it down too. I
Graham's
appreciate
gonna show
you
up
guys.
in like a black hoodie tomorrow.
He's got light mode and dark mode. It's going to be in dark mode tomorrow.
He'll be filming from afar tomorrow in DC.
All right. You know what I want to do? I want to pray today, because we lose a lot of people when we get into super questions. So I think I want to change it up. I want to pray right now, because we got a lot of people watching right now. And I really think that we should pray while we have the most people that are
Very,
on.
very smart.
Okay. So I
Very
want to do
smart.
that. So let's pray real quick. Dear Lord, we pray for our nation. Right now, we know that things are, Lord, we have no idea what's really going on. Everybody's scared. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's angry. Everyone's uncertain about the future, but we know that you know what's happening. We know that through you, all things are possible and you work everything for your good. But Lord, we also know that people are dealing with real life things. They're dealing with frustration, anger, addiction, fear, anxiety, depression, marital issues. People are dealing with addiction, and the list goes on and on and on. But we know what people are actually looking for is a relationship with you, Lord. Lord, we would be remiss if right now, with so many people watching, over 17,000 people, that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest church in America right now. And I say that to say that there are people watching right now that maybe don't have a relationship with you, but they're ready to. Or maybe they have in the past, but they've fallen away and they want to come back, Lord. So together with them, we pray this prayer right now. Dear Lord, we ask you to forgive us of our sins, both known and unknown. We ask you to make our hearts new today and every day moving forward. We don't want you to just be the Savior of our lives. We want you to be the Lord over our lives. From this moment forward, every step we take is in the footsteps that you have laid out before us in the path that you would have us go. Lord, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for sending your only Son, Jesus, to die for us so we may spend eternity with you. From this moment forward, by saying these words and by accepting you into our heart, Lord, we believe that we are a new creation, created for you, by you, through you, for your purpose, Lord. We thank you for your love, your mercy, and your grace. And all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
All right, now let's get into the super questions, and let's do this thing.
Here we go. All right, so from a dotier of Loki. It's an interesting name. Daughter of Loki. Gotcha. Daughter of Loki, in parentheses. One free swear for y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's funny.
S. Kohler, 72, as third in line, can Speaker Johnson do anything? Nobody is doing anything. All talk. By the way, great Alex Jones impersonation. Or
Don't
impression.
encourage him.
People,
No.
listen. I'm kind of retarded. That's his famous line.
Hey, that's true. What happens if they do invoke the 25th and Kamala goes to president, does Speaker Johnson go to vice president?
No, he stays speaker. Doesn't work that way.
No, he stays speaker. I think she gets to nominate
She gets to
somebody.
nominate somebody?
I think, yeah.
That would be best case scenario.
What if it's Montel Williams?
Lord have mercy.
All right, next.
Yeah. Punisher, 540. The fact the president is MIA and the VP is useless is terrifying. Not only do we look bad as a nation, but imagine what our enemies are thinking.
100%.
And Todd voted for Nikki Haley.
Yep.
Really?
True statement.
Really?
We're working through
Bat Prame. Just a positive. Last we church had camp for middle Okay. We had church camp for middle and high school. Over 200 children said yes to God, and over another 200 rededicated their lives, including my boys. God is great. Don't lose hope.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Oh,
Amen.
never losing hope. He's past, present,
That's
before
a
us,
fact.
behind us. So.
I don't know how to say this. Trishio 21. Y'all gotta get with the program here.
Y'all got to create some normal names.
Yeah, that I
man.
can. I'm from
Dang.
It's got to be
Mississippi,
names I
y'all.
can search, man. I can't type all
it's
these.
Traciau. I don't know how to say that. Yesterday, Fox had a member of the FCC on, and he said nothing was filed, but the Harris team moved the war chest and will face fines and repercussions later.
Ew.
And War Eagle love no.
Yeah, I can't believe you even read that.
Yeah,
Yeah, either way, no, I'm telling you, there's so many things wrong with what's going on. Like we are witnessing, and the ironic part of it is it's the other party that's doing it, but we're witnessing the death of America as we know it, and it is shocking to me how many people have no clue. Yeah. We have so many people in our lives that just. They have no idea. They don't even know Kamala Harris is running for president. Like, they don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, Punisher again. Sheila Jackson Lee plays a key role in all this. She had to close ties to the Secret Service and their planning, yet somehow she dies 6 days after the attempted assassination on Trump. Looks like a cover-up to me.
Wow. Again.
But isn't it ironic if you just step back, even from like other countries, if you're looking in, you have assassination attempt, you have all of a sudden Biden's really sick, now Biden's MIA, and you have all the things that are coming out. Like, it's just so much smoke and mirrors. It's just so frustrating for the American people because nobody knows, like Todd, you can point to your sign, what actually is going on.
We just know that
nefarious.
something is going on. And like I said, to me personally, in my spirit, it feels bad. Something.
100% agree.
Something feels bad.
Well, like, who was it that just said, it was Tucker Carlson, that it's, secrets are lies. Like, you're hiding something.
Yeah,
100%.
So it's not good.
All right, next.
God knows all. Thank you all for what you do. God bless. Is Trump getting better protection now? It looked like he was at the RNC.
It looked like he was.
Yeah. Echoes of heaven. The judicial hearings seem not to be doing anything. If the change of leadership occurs, could the evidence on all these things be used in criminal court for certain individuals? I mean, it should be. You try to
Epstein files still aren't out there, so
for
who knows?
real.
Government covers up. I mean, they cover up what they want to cover up.
Yeah. Constantine, Biden, Arkansas, either soon or next year, need his corruption to go away, don't need him anymore. I'm leaning sooner, so they don't have to 25th him. Easiest and most believable cleanup ever. That's true.
Me as just a ignorant person here, I don't understand how Biden is delegating some of his duties somewhere else without anybody not saying anything, but you have the VP Harris there. Shouldn't she be stepping up and...
That's my whole point. Like, why are they bypassing her now and nominating her later? Like, it doesn't make sense.
There should be a lot of things that have happened, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I hate to keep doing it, but there's too many questions right now. Titus 1, how come military can deny people with flat feet, but Biden can be president without having his skull removed and then put back for blood clots? Royce played that clip the other day. That's true. I mean, and I've had people disqualified at MEPS for way stupider reasons than just flat feet. And by the way, flat feet is no longer a disqualifier. But I had somebody.
What does that mean?
Flat feet, like no arches.
Yeah, I know.
They
what
say
that
it
is,
hurts
but,
your
like,
feet marching. I had somebody disqualified for dry eyes. Just saying.
That, actually.
Dry eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on.
That's like saying you get disqualified for wearing glasses. I know that's not true.
I've got one way worse.
Depends on how bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Your
I
eyes are.
can't say it on air. Jesse Paz. The reason why Biden hasn't been seen is his gluten disability has overpowered him.
I told y'all. Don't bring up gluten today.
Overpowered him.
Pinkish
Why would
duck.
you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
No,
Pinkish
Jesse.
duck. No other president waited this long to drop out. Do you think that was their plan? Wait so long that the American people had no ability to choose their nominee.
Yes.
That way they can use their own choice. Yeah,
Yes.
I said it yesterday.
100%.
Like I've never thought that I would be able to look at the Constitution and go, man, that's a massive loophole. It is. Like, that is a loophole. They forced him out so they could pick who they wanted, and you, the American people, have no choice.
Yep.
Like, that's all I need to know to not vote for a party.
Yep.
Like, that's all I need to know. But again, after what Alyssa just read, I have no faith in the other side at all. I know. That's why there's never going to be unity. I mean, there's just not, ever. Like, you can't you can't fix stupid. Anyway, Kaloho, women are nurturers, exclamation point. They are not made to be someone who destroys. I don't care who the woman is. I would never vote for them or trust them. Man, women hate some women.
Well, I'm
like,
kinda with
women
her. Well,
really
listen,
hate women.
I will go with her on this. Like, if that comes to it, and eventually a female president, okay, whatever. Please, not this one. But my first is yes, I don't like that. But number two, we are also dealing with people from other countries who, I know that's horrible, but I mean, I think a man needs to be in that position of power.
Well, I mean, there are other countries where they won't even speak to women. Like,
Correct.
they won't even want you in the same room. Like,
Correct.
you should
but
not
if
be
anyone,
here.
Dear Lord, not her.
Yeah, for real.
her.
This
Well,
is pretty
remember,
good.
if it's Michelle, she's a man, and
That's
if it's Hillary, she wears the
They're-
pants in the family.
well,
So
they're terrified
either
of
way.
her.
Yeah, they're scared of Hillary.
Yeah, they were.
Like, I mean,
Hey, I got some breaking news.
Go.
On day 2 of the Trump assassination hearing, the heads of the Secret Service, FBI, and Homeland Security have declined to testify before the committee.
imagine that.
All of them.
Surprise,
Yeah,
surprise.
see, like, why would you do that? Like, because if there's no conspiracy, what do you have to hide?
But there is. The thing is,
That's
they
what
can
I'm
get
saying.
around
That
it. They
right
don't
there,
care.
red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, right there.
But the
Oh, you
problem
won't
is
testify?
They're evil and they don't care because
Yeah.
they know they'll get away with it. Like, they don't have to justify it to the American people. It doesn't matter.
Wouldn't you think, though, that the American people would see that and have the common sense to go, oh, they really
All
tried
right,
to kill
other
that dude.
breaking report. It's being reported that Director Cheatle will be stepping down
Well,
today.
Good.
I figured
Good.
that.
All right,
Go
let's
back,
keep going.
Go back
You
to
know it's bad when AOC is on your side.
And that was our boy Dan Bongino that sent
Go
that.
back to Garden Cheesy Poofs.
Cheesy.
Alicia Victoria, 88. Kamala grew her career on the back of men, including Joe. Let's not forget she dropped out of the race in 2020 and would not be in the White House if it weren't for Joe. Yeah, dude, she's like them little bitty fish that suck to the bottom of a shark and just
Correct.
it's just.
It sounded like you said
Yeah.
not a shark,
Yeah.
but had a T on the end of it. Is what it sounded like you said. But either way, moving forward.
Moving on.
Second mama. Hear me out. What if they give up on the presidency but want Kamala to fail so she doesn't keep trying, try to ruin her career so they can get rid of her without looking bad? I mean,
I don't see them trying to go 0 for 3 just to get rid of Kamala, just to get rid of her.
This was hilarious, and I'm going to look this up after the show. Sanctified Warfighter. As a Delaware resident, Biden ruins everything he visits. His bike accident is still on Google Maps as Brandon Falls. I am so looking that
that's
up
real.
after the show.
No, that's 100% real.
That's hilarious.
So looking that up. Droop Dog 51. Let Cheatle stay as the SS head. Let Trump fire her dramatically during his inaugural address.
Oh,
Well,
too
she's
bad.
not.
Just happened.
She's getting out.
Just did.
Dudley 99. Wild Hogs. Biden is with Gandhi. What are the chances this is their plan? Trump gets presidency and they start a war and blame us. I mean,
You know what's
I
scary?
don't think they start a war with. I think, dude. Listen. When Trump is raising his right hand, everybody's calming down.
Well,
Like,
here's what
instantly.
scares me though, Todd. Just like you are when you come on the show and you're like, I don't know, you get your head down like that. What happens if they do steal the election again, even though Trump is destroying Kamala and they wind up stealing the election again?
Then we're in trouble,
A lot of us on the conservative side, we are the party of common sense, but I think a lot of the common sense is going to go out the window, and people are they're going to pick up arms. And they're going to say, "That's it. We've had enough," and bam, it's gonna pop off.
I don't think it's going to come to that.
Well,
Graham,
you think that,
Graham talked about this not too long ago, a few months ago, and I think more than likely what you'll see, there is an amendment in the Texas state constitution that basically says they can vote to secede from the states. I think you'll see that and them go, I'm not paying federal taxes. We're going to take care of ourselves. We'll do our thing. You do your thing. Just stay away from us. And I think more or less that's where we're headed in the next 20 years anyway, to be honest. That's just me. That's just me talking. But that's it for the super questions, except for
We have
YouTube.
some YouTube, yeah. Here you go.
For some reason, I'm getting a deja vu vibe when I saw the transfer of powers. Then the montage of Kamala 1984. I'll need to read again. I'm telling you, yes, something. Like I said, we all know. And here's the thing: we all know something's going on, but this time it just feels so bad. Let's see. Eric says, "Thank you for always relying on God above all. Always."
Oh, always. Yes.
Last one.
Keeps you grounded.
All right, and this is from Caitlin. Love y'all. God bless y'all. The recorded voice of Biden sounds like his brother.
Could be.
I mean, you know, you
Frank.
never really know.
Frank.
Anyway, that's
Frank
all we
the
got.
Tank.
So tomorrow will be an interesting episode. Does Biden show up? Yes or no? Does Cheatle actually drop out today?
Will we be live from D.C.?
Well, I'm telling you.
I'm going to go with some form of Biden shows
I'm
up. Some form.
telling you.
Yeah, his foot.
If
It's gonna be a body
Put
double.
his finger.
If they postpone that man showing up again. Okay. All right. That's all we got for this episode today. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye.
Tony,
Hasta mañana.
Royce,
See you guys.
Todd.
Later.
And as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.